you are all fighting. I want my paneer, I want my coffee, I want nonsense. What nonsense are you doing? What nonsense are you doing in the name of science? And you are spoiling your sperm, your ovums, your PCOD, endometriosis, fibroids. Everything is happening just because you are all drinking what? Say it loud. All this dairy based. Not even a drop of animal milk should go into your mouth. That is real science. You have plant-based milk. In fact, ragi milk was the milk that is fed all through time immemorial in India, and that makes sense because ragi milk has got 4 times more calcium than your any animal milk. Why doesn't an expert tell this? Because it's a business. Science is ambushed by business. Am I making sense? This is as simple as that. So if you stop milk and sugar, which is creating the imbalance of glucose, the homeostasis of the blood depends on the amount of glucose dissolved per liter, 1 gram per liter of blood. When you eat rice, wheat and sugar, your chest going way overhead. Instead of 5 grams to be maintained in the blood, you are crossing 50, 60, 70, and just to count, breakfast, 30 grams. In between coffee and tea, another 10 grams. Lunch, another 50 grams. Snacks, another 15 grams. Dinner, another 50 grams. The count is approximately 135 grams. So if you walk 1 hour, 5 grams of glucose approximately disappears into carbon dioxide and you get energy. So now you have loaded yourself with 135 grams. How many hours do you want to work? And that's why when I just entered the last before time, came to Texas, Houston, Texas. We are big, welcome to Texas. And then I just walk out and people, 200 pounds or 300 pounds. This excess glucose, the body is trying to take care of in form of glycogen, fat, meat. So you can vanish all obese people and back if you eat millets. Because millets are endowed with fiber that controls, regulates the release of glucose. So millets also have got carbohydrates, but because of their structure, grain structure associated with the fiber, releases glucose in a quantum fashion. Whatever you consume, the energy, that much is released. So association of fiber with the carbohydrate does regulate release of glucose into your bloodstream. Am I making sense? Your rice, wheat, meat and all that do not do this. As simple as that. So you are not going to have BP, you are not going to have diabetes, you are not going to have thyroid, you are not going to have rheumatism. All these diseases evaporate once you start eating. How wonderful. And these grains have been labeled by these experts. They are coarse grains, they are bird feed, they are animal feed, they are primitive food. These are the exact words. And what are they offering us? Premium food. And we have girls, babies, not even reaching 10 years, menstruating. In fact, the other day, just last month in our clinic, we had a baby, 3.5 years old, menstruating. I'm not talking about New York or Houston or San Jose. I'm talking, and she hails from a village near Mysore. Because the same food habits, the same artificial milk, same industrial chemicals are entering into the tribal people's babies' bodies. Can you believe the pain of the mother whose baby at the age of 3 has menstruation? And we are directly responsible for this particular condition because we have not objected to the torture that we are causing these animals. All nonsense. On the lighter vein, all the women started getting upper lip, mustache, no problem, we'll go to beauty parlor. So we have not been asking questions. And it has been going on for the last 100 years. Slowly and steadily these things are happening. And we are all busy, I don't know with what we are busy. This is the sad story of human race in the last 40-50 years. 1,600 million tons of soybean, 1,600 million tons of sweet corn that you are all popping up when you go to your Bollywood or Hollywood or whatever Tollywood movies. Herbicides, pesticides, they have seeped into our water bodies so much so that you find these beyond 80 ppm in the egg of penguin, which lives in the South Pole. Are you happy? Causing cancer to a bird that cannot fly, which has nothing to do with you. It is somewhere in the down South Pole. And all these experts do not have any concern about this. We have now cancer, almost catching up with diabetes and BP. So our life and death, the cycle continues in each and every living organism. Say if you have an accident, your skin comes back in 3 days. Your liver repairs itself in 3 weeks to 6 weeks. Your hemoglobin, that is blood, appears in 3 months, rotation cycle. And your neurons, the nerve cells, take 7 years. Your nephrons, your kidney cells take 7 years. That means what? You are dying and taking birth every day. You are born once, you are dying once. This is the whole body. But within the body, this Maya is going on. That some part of your body is dying on a daily basis and then getting born. Now, this is the beauty. Now, if you lose the balance of the death and life, you have death coming or cancer. The excess. So imagine my skin doesn't stop after 3 days and keeps going on producing. That means you have lost the control, regulation of your making the new cells. So it is here the concept of cancer comes in. That means there are some agents lodged in your system that are not allowing your life balance, life and death balance happen in a regulated way. So losing this regulation is the cancer. So who caused it? Your food caused it. If we can remove these agents through this food that you are eating, cancer can also be mitigated. That's what we did. We fed Vali, we fed millets. 3-year-old baby with blood cancer. Every week, twice blood transfusion. After 6 weeks also not much help with all our protocol. And they came back for second visit and I asked them, are you exposing your kid to the morning sun? They said no. And I said, please do. Then they did. Within 3 days, the boy came running. Said, I'm energetic, he's running, walking, because the hormone switching on and switching off can take place only through the vibrations, the frequencies of the sunrise time. Asurya nasti arogyam. There is no health without the sun. Of course, there is no life on this planet without the sun. And that's why where we come from, Bharat, we have Surya Namaskar. Of course, the sad story is that people are teaching Surya Namaskara in Zoom in AC rooms. The importance of sun rays touching your skin, touching your eyes, that orange color touches the bhrumadhya and eye rods and combs. So from down, the rotation gives all these names: Hiranyagarbha, Maitri, Vali, Adi, Arka, Bhaskara. These are the 12 frequencies. Through Surya Namaskara, you are supposed to pronounce. And when you get to that, you look at the 7 degrees horizon, you look at the sun. Your Bhumadhya and including the Brahmarandra are active. So from down. That is very important for almost all the biochemical processes. The endocrine system is switched on one after the other. Tuck, 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 tuck. Thymus, pituitary, pituitary, thyroid. So this wonderful arrangement is given, and the knowledge has been, what, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 years ago. And in the name of science, no one talks about. No one talks about. And even if some people are talking, they are doing this kind of business. So simple things will set you right. A small group. So we need to do simple course correction, and we can save the planet. The lost biodiversity can be reversed. The lost rivers can flow their beautiful path again into the ocean. We can actually remove all the dams built on the river. And that is the only way you can reclaim the diversity and the delta areas. We have lost 18 to 28% of diversity is lost just in the delta areas. Delta means where the river meets the ocean. Isn't it so wonderful that as a nation in Bharat, we have this Pushkara, and that is where we celebrate these wonderful earthly events. So knowledge has been there, but we have lost the significance in our minds. Everything that our nation celebrated was for the health of the planet, for the health of the living things on this planet. Sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu. Janaha doesn't mean people are born. Everything that is born. How wonderful it is. So we are slowly drifting away from this wonderful land. Okay, you can drift away physically, but let's our heart and soul be with it. No, we are wholesale leaving our life. Let's get back to it. Let's just get back. That ensures your health, the health of the future generations, the health of the planet and the world, the health of all living things on this planet Earth. We need to be inclusive, and the responsibility is on humans' shoulders. No one else. Let's be committed to this wonderful cause. So I actually don't want you to change your food because you have diabetes, you have this, you have that, you have this, all names you can keep. But I want you to change your diet to millets because it, in so many dimensions, is going to fix the insane planet that we are living now. Am I making sense? If this fellow comes and tells, I'm diabetic, is not a problem, don't bother about it. But they all will vanish if you get to this food, because this is the food. It is our gut health. It is our food for time immemorial. 178,000 years digging records clearly indicate the dental reminiscence had only C4 millet grass and C4 grains, not any other things that we are talking about. No wheat, no meat, no rice. Can you believe in Kerala, if you go, they are consuming more paratha than Punjabis? They don't grow a single grain. No expert argues, why the hell am I eating wheat when not even a single grain grows there? In fact, you cannot grow rice and wheat everywhere. It is where they are very finicky, you need water, you need pesticide, all these are war technology invented grains, C3 grasses. If you give water, they increase the yield. That is called premium, that is called green revolution. They have been spinning revolutions of colors, green revolution, white revolution, now they are spinning pink revolution. You need meat, you need to eat protein, you have to protein. And where is protein? Only in meat. This is their understanding. This is the narrative they are building. In fact, all animals on this planet get their protein from the plants. No animal on the planet can make protein. Sequence of amino acids, peptides, polypeptides, proteins. They are actually 3 to 5% of our body makeup. They are nitrogenous DNA, enzymes, proteins. You do not need beyond 3 to 5% of protein. Now they are talking 1 gram of protein. What it entitles is that if a fellow of 75 kilos weight, you need 75 grams of protein, and all the meats in the world, any meat, including your meat, doesn't have beyond 18 grams of protein. 100 grams, 18 grams of protein you get. So, according to this calculation, 75 grams, 18 into 4, that means 400 grams of meat you have to eat. Is it possible? Is it sustainable? To make 1 kilogram of meat, 50,000 liters of water have to be supplied. What are these guys talking? Nonsense. Because they have made enormous amount of proteinaceous, genetically modified soybean, they want to sell and pour into your mouth. In its true sense, you do not need beyond 3 to 5% of protein. Oh, for a fellow who goes to gym, who asked you to go to gym? These guys are manipulating to go. There's Salman Khan, Vali, all these movies. Oh, I want to be like that. And they all have lost their sperm count because of hormone imbalance. Am I making sense? No, this is really not sense, because you are not connecting these dots. And so much so that young lady thinks fellow is going to the gym, he's big. All these nonsensical things are shown on TV and movies, and they are the narratives built up. Of course, My sense may not be making sense to you, but this is the real thing. You have enough protein in millets, in lentils. But lentils have a disadvantage. They cannot control. The regulation of protein is not there. That is available because of the fiber content, enriched fiber content, especially minor millets, kodo, little, barnyard, brown top, little, one more missing, foxtail millet. So, foxtail millet has got approximately 11% of protein. Any dal, moong dal, tur dal, chana dal, all have 20 to 24% of protein. But they are not associated with fiber. So when you eat fistful of peanuts, you are not only getting the protein plus unregulated carbohydrate is also. Very simple. So if you want to eat some lentils, do include millets, which will not regulate but block. So don't eat too much protein. In fact, all the CKD patients in the last 10 years is because of this emphasis on protein, and animal protein is a big no, no, no. This is the science of your food. But we have been given a different narrative. So you have enough protein. And another logical thing, the nature's logic is, if you take 1 acre, you grow the lentils, that is tur dal, moong dal, chana dal, rajma. There are more than 168 Fabaceae family lentils which can fix nitrogen because of their root system harboring microbes that can fix nitrogen. Do produce 20 to 24 grams of protein. And in an acre, naturally grown, you will get 2 to 2.5 quintals of this wonderful lentils pulses. And the same acre, if you grow millets or cereals, you get 8 to 10 quintals of feed. So 2 to 2.5, 8 to 10. Where is the ratio? 4:1. And that is the same ratio from time immemorial, dokla, idli, dosa is made. So take 100 grams, out of that 20 grams is your lentils. So 20 grams contain 4 to 5 grams of protein. Am I making the arithmetic easy for you? So this is the natural of your protein intake. And I have seen in my patients, the moment they increase the protein content, they have your kidney issues are coming. Uric acid, creatinine, albuminuria, protein leak. So body is clearly telling, do not do this. So regulate your lentil intake too. And if you mix with millet, then there is a room for escape from the lentils, because it starts regulating the, of course, your glucose content is absolutely regulated, just like tap, whatever you want, whenever you want, it opens the tap. That's how you eliminate disease from your body. I'm not trying to tell you millets will remove diabetes. I'm telling you how it removes your diabetes, how millets removes your CKD, how millets remove your cancerous condition. Am I making sense? This is the science. You do not need any extraneous materials. Health is just tucked away by God in what you eat. So if your food is right, your food is right, no need of medicine. And if your food is wrong, no medicine works. Simple. So what it means is if your food is right, you don't need to go to doctors. So this was told by Sri Krishna to Arjuna. I don't know what reference he had, right in the war setting. He says, Yukta aharasya, Yukta viharasya. You know the sloka. What it means is the apt food, apt sleep, apt thought process with yoga will eliminate suffering. I believe Arjuna was suffering to kill this fellow or not to kill this fellow. I'm just crying. So that fellow said, at least let me tell you that good food is good for you. Yukta means good food. But now what do we have? Visha. That yukta becomes different meaning when we use Visha yukta. By itself, yukta means apt food, the right food. Till now, we have not defined what that right is. I believe that's what I have been trying to do for the last 30 years. Yukta aharas. So people think without food, you are going to be healthy by doing yoga. No. Yoga doesn't give you health. Healthy body doing yoga gives you release of suffering and bondage from this life itself. So yoga is little higher dimension, not the material domain. So you have the spiritual domain of yoga and the material domain of keeping your body healthy. Together gives the moksha, whatever. Am I making sense? So prerequisite to do yoga is healthy body. Dharma, kamartha mokshanam idam shri. Everything happens through the body. Even if you are spiritual, keep your body clean. Who can keep your body clean? Millets. It is nascent fiber in vegetables and greens, and immature fiber in roots and tubers, and mature fiber in grains. This is what Charaka says. Roots and tubers, greens and vegetables, grains. In southern Indian languages, akulu alamu, kandamulalu, so classification of food. And the apt, balanced food is this. Period. Defined. I am not defining. It's been defined long ago. I am just redefining for you. So, what are the kinds of tubers and the roots and what are the kinds of vegetables? Local, grown naturally. So, strawberry is good. Who told? Some person. So, everyone in the world has done so. Nonsense. Whatever locally grown food. So, if guava grows in my backyard, that's good food. So, you go to Canada, strawberries. Let the strawberries be good. God has kept the antioxidant phytochemicals in each and every place. So the fiber present in this is called nascent, just born, navajata. Then roots and tubers, the maturity has started. They are immature, they are stronger, the fibers in the roots and like carrot or yam, sweet potato. And then the real evolutionary perfect fiber with aromatic lignons is present in our millets. Does our definition fit into this? They do not allow any toxic morbid waste to accumulate in your body, including your mitochondrial stress, where you burn glucose and produce carbon dioxide, the ATP generation and the EMF, free radical formation, organelle destruction, disease origin. This process is nullified when you have the aromatic lignans floating around in your bloodstream. And that's what is amply provided by millet food. Making sense? All diseases are arising from microbial, glucose, and hormonal imbalance. And we can correct all three of these imbalances when our food is millets. Say loudly.
Millets. Millets.
If you eat millets, you'll say millets.
Millets.
How many times do you want to do Surya Namaskara?
1.
7 times. And if you are having more time, 14 times. Don't do beyond that.
7:40.
Yeah. Now anyone can ask questions. I want to say again, Ambali. Don't mix anything with that. First drink 1 tumbler and then follow Sugandhi.
Follow what? Sugandhi. Her name is Sugandhi.
Listen, let's all learn. It's like amaranthus, totapura, we call that seeds. So there is no comparison. Just forget about it.
Millets should be used only throughout the day. Some people misinfluence in YouTube and other social media that millets, one time millet.
And next time, pizza.
No. Sambar rice or something with millet, then white rice.
Then all nonsense. Don't eat anything not made out of millet. Rice and wheat are not for gut of human beings. They are going to cause disease, if not today, tomorrow, if not tomorrow, day after. 100% guarantee. Nowadays, everyone is guaranteeing something. We will also guarantee. Guarantee health if you are eating millets. Guarantee ill health if you are eating otherwise.